Hi everyone, and thanks for watching another episode of Breaking Elegance, where we help you improve your lifestyle with technology. I'm your host, Angel, and today we're going to be taking a look at this guy, the Galaxy Watch. So, the Galaxy Watch, it tells you the time. It tells you things about your health. It lets you swim underwater. And you know what else it does? It tells me to tell you to go ahead and smash that subscribe button below so that I can keep you updated on what's going on with the channel. Now let's go ahead and unbox this guy and see what's inside. So, is the Galaxy Watch really much better than the Galaxy Gear S3? And when I was about to pick up this guy right here, I was very hesitant because I really can't see the gigantic difference between these two guys. So let's pull out the trusty, rusty X-Acto knife. And yeah, this guy is really rusty, and pop the Galaxy Watch open to see what's inside of this box. The only hesitation I really had getting this watch is that, one, there's nothing super spectacular from what I can actually see. And before I even get to that, let's just stop for 1 second. And one thing that I did notice as well is Samsung. They went from making this super nice flashy box, this very nice flashy box, I just kept this film on top of it, to a generic square box, very bland, nothing special. This had a very nice presentation to it. The watch was sitting in here. That's the box to this guy, the Galaxy Gear S3 Frontier, and you had your pamphlets and everything in here. The presentation for this watch was amazing, and I have been using the Gear S3 for a good amount of time, over a year, close to a year and a half if I'm not mistaken. It's just, I love this watch, I really do, and there are cons of switching to the Galaxy Watch versus keeping the Gear S3. And one of those cons, and this is pretty nice, but holding them next to each other, it feels almost feels a little bit lighter. These are both the 46 millimeter watches. Their resolution is actually 360 by 360 on both watches. That's another thing that did not change. Even the RAM, the processor actually was updated only by 0.15 gigahertz. It's still a dual core. Nothing crazy here. I don't see the big crazy jumps on specifications. And yes, the packaging on the Galaxy Gear S3 definitely was more premium feeling, to me at least. That's just my opinion. It even looked much better. But looking at both of these together, you're gonna notice they look almost identical to each other, except the casing on the outside. The casing on the Gear S3 is dark, which some people might prefer. I definitely love the way that the Gear S3 looks. This is a fresh new look for me. Has that two-tone to it. Both of them have the rotating bezel. I really need to get more sleep. It says I slept 4 hours, what was that? I slept how long? 4 hours and 35 minutes, guys. So yeah, I'm running on fumes right now. So back to the subject. These bands, it's another thing. The band on this, I'm not sure if you can see it, is stripes pointing straight out, kind of bland. The old band, actually, I definitely prefer the old band with the stripes going across. It looks much sportier, looks nicer than this bland. It looks like somebody they gave up when they were making the strap. It is soft, and it should be as comfortable as the old one. I switched mine out for the actual shorter one because my wrists are a little bit they're a little bit thin. I mean, I'm a big guy, I got big hands, but my wrists are a little bit thin, so I went for the smaller strap. Let's see if I got a smaller strap in here as well. This presentation is definitely not what I expected from Samsung. The watch is still beautiful, but it looks almost the same. Let's see what else we got in the box. So it looks like we got a USB adapter, and it's still the old school micro USB adapter. We have the charger, which is fairly interesting.
So this charger is a little bit different than the old charger. As you can see, the old charger does not have this indentation in there. And on the back of the old charger, they look about the same on the back. I'm wondering if they're interchangeable, and I hope they are, because I actually have two of the old chargers. I bought a spare so I could keep it at work, so I can charge my watch in case I forget. And it's not because the Gear S3 has bad battery life. It has very good battery life. I can easily get 2 days out of this watch, no problem. The problem with that is you forget to charge it because you're not charging it every night, and then you hit that point where you're like, oh crap, I forgot to charge the watch. And I'm so used to using this watch to track my sleep, to track my steps, to track my gym time, and all that other good stuff that you would do with a smartwatch. And I've been using smartwatches for a while. I had a Huawei. This is definitely not my first smartwatch, but it's definitely been the best experience I've had with any smartwatch when it comes to connecting to an Android phone. There's nothing like the Samsung platform. It is not running Android, it is actually running Tizen. And let's see if this guy has any juice. And they really went out of their way, and it looks like maybe I don't have any juice in this guy, so I might need to, oh no, there it goes. It's no experience like it. It's no experience like the Tizen experience. The operating system was heavily put into play with the hardware, and it just works right. It's not Android, but it works very well with Android. So I got to give it to them. It's like what Google should really look at and kind of replicate, or kind of really look at what Samsung is doing with their watches in order to make the perfect smartwatch. So I'm gonna go ahead and pair this, and I'll be right back with that done. And just like that, I have connected it to my phone, and it was really cool. And I wish I got that on screen. The second that I turned this on, my Galaxy Note 9 actually noticed that the watch was in pairing mode. It paired to the Note 9 with no issues, just automatically, like magic, just popped up and said, hey, there's a new watch next to me. Do you want to pair that watch? I said yes. It was really easy. So very intuitive and really easy. Good job on that, Samsung. Really easy to get this thing paired up if you have, I guess, a Galaxy device. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be that easy on another Android device, because the Note 9 and the Galaxy devices already have the software, the Galaxy Gear software on there. So that's probably why I picked it up automatically. So good job on doing that. What else is in this box? You got a standard charger that I will probably not be using. Hopefully you can see that through the plastic. I don't want to take this out of the package because I'm not going to use it. And you have, let's see, oh great, that smaller band that I was looking for. Nice. And some guides that I'm really not interested in taking a look at. So I'm gonna put this back in here. I'm not gonna toss it and file it because somebody already put a trademark on that. I don't feel like getting sued or stabbed. And I'll get this out of the way, and I'll take care of that later. So let's take a closer look. So the back did change. You have a different sensor for your heart rate right back here, and that's this one. I'm hoping there's a reason that it changed and it'll do a better job. Now going back to the Galaxy Gear S3. So on the S3, I had an issue. It was a negative issue, and I also took it as a positive. And that is that I feel like this just does not, and I mean it does not calculate the steps you take per day properly. And this is the second Galaxy Gear S3 Frontier that I have tested, and they both did the same exact thing. You would start walking, it wouldn't register the steps, and it'll take a little while, and you'll be like, wait a minute, I'm missing, probably by the end of the day, 1,000, maybe 2,000 steps are missing. And I put it up against the Fitbit, and the Fitbit actually was doing the complete opposite. It would register more steps than you actually took. So I said, I'm trying to keep myself in shape. Missing steps actually gives me more motivation, so I push harder to reach my goal. So I'm actually working harder, and that's a good thing. So it's a negative because you don't know if it's 100% accurate, the amount of steps. You know that it's not registering some of them, and you'll push yourself harder if you're really into that. That's why I kept this and for tracking my steps instead of a Fitbit. I want to push myself to the limit, even though this kind of hurts that, you know, by the end of the day, you probably made more steps, but they're not there. So with that pretty much said, I don't have too much to say. I do want to give this thing a full test, and I am going to test the old charger. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and test the old charger and see if the old charger will charge this watch. So, as you can see, if you do have the Galaxy Gear S3 and you have the charger for that, yes, this will actually charge your Galaxy Watch, and it's pretty cool because I do have a spare.
There you have it. That's what's in the box with the Galaxy Watch. And I have a couple of things to say about the Galaxy Watch and the Galaxy Gear S3. Now, the Galaxy Gear S3 has been a very, very good watch to me. I've been using it for a pretty long period of time. The battery is holding strong. I've been wearing both of these watches for the last 2 days because I actually unboxed it first, and I wanted to go through a couple of steps with them so I could compare them to each other. So far, this has been about a day and a half I've been wearing both watches, so I look kind of crazy. I've been stopped by 2 people that are asking me, why am I wearing 2 watches? And I am telling them that I'm running a test. Now, if you guys have any creative answers that I could give to people of why I'm wearing 2 watches, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about that. And maybe I could just freak some people out and give them weird reasons of why I'm wearing 2 watches. Now, there's not too much to say except that I have some issues, Samsung. MST is gone on the Galaxy Watch, and also the 24-hour log is no longer there. And I really do like those features. Even though I really didn't use MST, knowing that it was available on the watch, I do use MST on the Note 9, but knowing it was available on my watch and now it's no longer there, even though I didn't use it, kind of hurts. Even though there's other things that I do like about the watch, like so far the battery life. Going back to that, so 57%. I charged this a day and a half ago. That's on the S3. Very good battery life on the S3. Got to say that because I went from a Huawei watch to the Android, well, from that Android device to the Galaxy Gear S3, and this completely destroys the Android devices that I've used in battery life. Now, on the Galaxy Watch, 73% after a day and a half. So definitely outperforming the Galaxy Gear S3 in battery life. So if you are going to upgrade just because you need something that will last you a lot longer, if that's all you need to upgrade, then sure, it's worth buying. Now, if your watch is serving you the way it's supposed to, if you don't feel like you're missing out on anything, you probably are not. There are a couple of features that are missing from the Galaxy Watch that are not missing, like the MST obviously, on your Galaxy Gear S3. Now, with that said, I don't have anything else really to say for now. Stay tuned for the next video where I really see how these 2 watches stack up against each other. And like always, you guys have a great one, and do not forget to subscribe and follow us over on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram so that we can keep you updated on those platforms as well.